Everybody, Ron P from WiseGuyBets here with some picks from DraftKings main slate tonight. We got 9 games on the slate. Let's get right into it. Go ahead and like this video if you haven't liked it, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. That would be greatly appreciated. What I do is give you 5 players who I think will exceed their value on the night, 5x, 6x, and maybe even 7x their salary, and 2 guards, 2 forwards, and 1 center. And we're going to get right into it. Let's look at the point guard position. And I'm looking at Spencer Dinwiddie for Washington. Over on this game is 216. Denver's ranked 22nd versus the point guard position. Dinwiddie had 40 fantasy points in his last game against Denver. He's 5,200 on DraftKings, and his projection is 29. Let's look at his last 3 games. His last 3 has been 20, 34, 18. You see, he ranges anywhere from 25 to 35 minutes. The major thing I see, Kuzma is out tonight, which shouldn't affect him much, but he's in a real good matchup with a Denver team that doesn't play very good defense against the point guard position. So I like Dinwiddie in this spot tonight. Let's look at the shooting guard position, and we're going to look at Jordan Poole for Golden State. They're playing Indiana. The over-under in this game is 213.5. His salary on the night is $5,900. His projection is 31. Indiana's 16th versus the shooting guard position. He only had 12 in his last game against Indiana. So he only had numbers for 1 game in his last 5 games against Indiana. They only play this team 1 time a year, so he's only been in the league a few years. So he only has 1 game against Indiana. Of course, Steph Curry is chasing the 3-point record, which could open up some things for Poole tonight. He's actually played very well. The last few games, he's had 32, 35, and 34 fantasy points. Yeah, 32, 35, and 33.75 fantasy points in his last 3. And those games have been since Steph has been chasing the record. So I don't expect that to change tonight. Poole is in a good position tonight at the shooting guard position. Let's look at the small forward, and we're going to look at Gary Trent Jr. for Toronto. The over-under on this game is 221.5. They're playing Sacramento. Sacramento's 29th versus the small forward position. Gary Trent Jr. is 6,000 on DraftKings with a projection of 30. Its last 3 versus the Sacramento's been 34, 14, and 29. Let's look at his last 3 overall. I know he's been playing pretty good lately. It's been 34, 39, 18.5 fantasy points. He's going to get you over 30 minutes. He's starting. Sacramento doesn't play great defense at all. You can see him probably go off tonight if everything goes right. So Gary Trent Jr. is someone I'm looking at the small forward position. Let's look at the power forward position, and we're going to the Phoenix at LA Clippers games, and we're looking at Marcus Morris. Mr. Morris should see significant action tonight. He's 4,600 on DraftKings. His projection is 25. Paul George is out, so that only helps him out. That George is out, his usage will go up. His last 3 versus Phoenix has been 43, 31, and 11. And his last 3 overall is 16, 28, and 30. If you see he gets 30 minutes, he's going to give us 30 fantasy points. So I expect him to be up around those 30 minutes tonight. And for 4,600 on DraftKings, with Paul George, the main scorer, being out, I really like him in this position tonight. Let's go to the center position, and we're going to go to the Dallas versus Charlotte game. Charlotte is at Dallas tonight, and it's going to be Dwight Powell. He's 3,400 on DraftKings with a projection of 20. Charlotte is one of the worst in the league against the center position. They're 28th. The over-under in this game is 216. Luka's out. You'll see more team ball tonight. I see a lot of rebounds from Powell. Even his scoring should be up tonight. Against Charlotte in his last 3, he's had 20, 28, and 39. I like his recent success against Charlotte. His last 3 overall isn't that good. They did play yesterday. He only had 9 fantasy points, but he only played 13 minutes. I do not think he's hurt, so we do need to look at that. I did not watch this game yesterday, so I'm not sure why he only played 13 minutes. But he's usually around 20 to 25 minutes. I expect his minutes to be up if he's healthy tonight. So those are my 5 picks. Let's briefly look at these again. We got Spencer Dinwiddie for Washington at Denver in a favorable matchup for him. We got Jordan Poole, who's been playing very well lately, and taking advantage of all his scoring opportunities. He's really hot in the third quarter. I really like him. I've played him in a few showdown matchups, second half showdown matchups recently with Golden State, whoever they was playing, and had him as my captain in the third quarter. And he's been real hot in the third quarter. So I just like the way he's playing. And I think he's in a very good spot tonight with a projection of 31 in a game where Steph may be chasing the record. Let's look at also at the small forward position, like Gary Trent Jr., who's also been playing very well. He has a projection of 30 tonight against a bad Sacramento team. He should have a good night. Marcus Morris Sr., for the Clippers, Paul George is out. His usage should be up. He should easily reach his projection of 25 fantasy points, but we will see. He has had recent success against Phoenix with 43 and 31 in his last 2 games against them. At center, we got Dwight Powell against Charlotte in home. Charlotte is one of the worst teams in the league versus center position. They're 28th. He only played 13 minutes yesterday. I'm not sure why. I haven't seen anything come across news-wise, so that is something to keep your eye on. But if he's healthy, I like the Dwight Powell at the center position tonight. So those are my picks for the day. My picks help you. Go ahead and hit that like button. Subscribe to my channel. And until the next video, that's all I have for today. Peace.